I don't want to sound jaded, but I don't always find most movies or series exciting.
Hmm.
I just think that I feel like I've seen it all. The same formula, the same narrative, the same lens. But that being said, after watching Barbie, I thought, hmm, here's something new. I felt really happy by the challenge. Not that I had done the movie. It's not like it was my success. But I felt proud to be a female filmmaker and a woman sharing the sisterhood
Mhm.
of being a daughter, a mother, and a friend. It's girls' night every night. Not every night, though. We'll talk about that. So, why don't we talk about Barbie today?
Sounds amazing.
Welcome back to the Unfiltered, and this is episode
23.
Sex,
Relationships
Careers.
and just plain life. From the experience of two Latina actresses.
Welcome to the Unfiltered. Hi, my name is Vanessa Tomasino.
And my name is Maria Bruson.
I'm so happy to be back,
It
Maria.
was about damn time.
It's been really hard. A little updates before we talk about Barbie. I've been very busy with life. And the thing is, it's not busy as in like I don't have extra jobs, although I am looking to expand or rather to go back to academia.
Hmm.
Like I'm looking for
And I love that for you.
I know. I just, how do I explain this? I love being an artist and I love being an actress, but lately I've just been feeling like I want to use a different side of my brain.
Yeah.
And I love, for those of you who don't know, I am a nerd. Sometimes I know I don't sound like one because I'm very passionate and I get overly excited about subjects. And anyhow, I am a scientist and I enjoy researching and I enjoy reading and I find that it comes in waves. Not the
Yeah.
reading though. I read all the time,
Hmm.
but it comes in waves when I decide to do like a research project or go back to writing and publishing and so right now I was in my acting wave. It was all about being creative again
Hmm.
and being surrounded by people and just being really passionate, about on camera work. But lately, I just been thinking about going inside a little bit more, and it could be that the world is in such a strange place right now.
Everything is like strange right now.
I find that people are so upset and so sad and so insecure and angry.
We are all like vibing really low right now. And
Yeah.
I've seen like the past few months have been so hard for me. I know for you too.
Yeah.
And I feel like collectively we all feel like that.
Yeah. And for me, the idea of being out there has been really challenging.
Out there on social media or
Yeah,
out there,
being on
yeah.
socials and just even going out, like lately I don't go out anymore. I just don't find that I'm not getting anything from going out. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean that I'm not saying I don't like spending time with my friends. I spend time with you and
Mm-hmm.
like last Friday, even though we were working,
It was so
it
fun.
was so fun and I like that. It was very stimulating. But overall, like the idea of drinking and going to a bar or a party or a
Yeah, it's
club is
not.
just not appealing to me right now.
It's not. It hasn't been appealing to me for like a while now. Yeah.
And so yeah, so I've been going inside and I have this all these goals for myself. Not a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. I talked about that with somebody else saying that's absurd to have a 5-year plan. Like you don't know what you're gonna do.
Hmm.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do next month.
Yeah.
Which and I think too that just think about it. If you have a 5-year plan, aren't you boxing yourself in the idea of these 5 years? But you're also limiting yourself to change, and you're limiting yourself to the possibility of greatness of things that you haven't even imagined because you're following that one target that you set out for yourself for 5 years. I just think it's so limiting.
I think it can go either way. I think that it could limit your potential, but it can also like be a pain point in the sense that if you don't achieve your goal, then you can you can set yourself in a very dark place because you start comparing yourself
Yeah.
to others and to your surroundings,
Hmm.
and then you can start feeling like you're a failure. So
Yeah.
I think like 5-year plans or like goals in general are just that, they're just goals, or just like,
Hmm.
a guide
Yeah.
to, not lose track along the way. But I think that we have to be like more open minded when it comes to like goals and the plans when you see yourself like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now.
Absolutely. And coming back to my point is I have goals for my year, monthly goals.
Hmm.
Things like basic things like exercise, eat
Hmm.
better, get to bed early. Um, One thing that's really hard is drink water. Like for some reason,
Really?
it's so hard for me. I two things. One, I feel like I have to be carrying a bottle all the time, and I forget. I mean,
Yeah.
I get into the car and I'm like, "Where's my bottle?
Hmm.
Screw it. 3 hours on the road, right?" And then the other is I have to go to the bathroom all the
Yeah.
time, and going to the bathroom all the time takes away from my work. It's like
Yeah.
I'm working, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the
Yeah.
bathroom. No, I just feel it pulls away. The same with eating. People don't know this about me. I hate eating. I hate eating. And one of the reasons I hate eating is, first, I don't taste anything. Yeah, I'd like to say that I enjoy food. I don't. I just eat whatever. I just eat to survive. But the idea of preparing the meal just takes
Hmm.
away from my time, and then having to eat it. Oh,
I've never given much thought about it, but
but
um
you like to cook.
I love to cook, and that makes me not want to eat afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like you're so I don't know how to say it, like empalagada.
Oh, really?
You're like, yeah, like you've seen the whole process, and smelling the food, and doing the prep time and the assembly and everything. I don't know if this is like I made it up or something, but my brain thinks that I already ate
Ah, that
while
makes
I
sense.
cooked.
Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
One of my friends from Canada, her name's Alicia. She had a birthday, by the way, this weekend. I
Happy
love you,
birthday.
Alicia. She bakes.
Hmm.
She's super fit, by the way, but she bakes, and she would go through the whole process of baking, and then she'd call me.
Like, do you want to
She'd
eat
be
some?
like, "Do you want cupcakes? Do you want banana bread? Do you want whatever?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yes." And then she wouldn't eat anything
Especially
because,
with desserts and baking, because you
yeah,
have to you have to try everything. So you're like tasting, and like all of your senses are stimulated.
yeah.
So by the time it's time to eat, you don't want to eat anymore.
Oh, she wasn't making it for her. She was making
Make
it
it for
all for
you.
me. Yeah. And then I was gaining weight happily, by the way. Because I just enjoy the company. But
Hmm.
anyway, so coming back to the goals, and one of my goals was to come back to challenging myself.
Hmm.
And I find that as I continue writing my PhD, I get bored because it's the same subject that I've studied for 10 years. I want to do something different. I want to study something else. So I'm looking for research jobs in different areas, indigenous studies, women empowerment and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about the future. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I've been away. Um, and the kids.
And the kids.
And the relationships, I'm building my relationship with my parents. We talked about setting limits, and
Hmm.
I love my parents, and I'm trying to work that out for myself. And I think it's getting better with my mom. It's getting better. um and then relationships with partners, I'm still struggling. Like I'm reading books on how to there's a book called How to Keep the Love You Find,
Hmm.
and it talks about all your childhood traumas, and it gives you exercises on how you can encourage a healthier relationship. Both people, did you know that by being the best partner for your partner, you're also healing yourself in being a partner?
Of course. Yeah.
So it's not about what you need, it's about what that other person needs. And if they say something like, I need physical touch, like I need a hug every day, and you are like me, It's like, oh, I don't
Mhm.
do hugs, you know.
Mhm.
And but if that person is important, the hugging, and then you start hugging, you realize that you actually do like hugging.
Mhm.
It's just that you were deprived from hugging as a child, and so
Mhm.
you didn't know you needed it.
Mhm.
Blown away. So, so I've been, working through that, and it's been going great. I feel like I'm advancing as a human being.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it's a process though.
Mhm.
What about you? What's your update?
Well, a lot has happened, but to put in like few words,
Mm-hmm.
me and my fiance are moving together
Nice.
before our wedding. Like we don't really care about like traditions. Like honestly, like we're getting married anyway, so we're
Yeah.
moving in together. We're gonna
Nice.
start building our home, and that's definitely gonna help my relationship with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love that you touched a little bit on that with your mom and your relationship with your parents. I feel like there comes a time when you have to like recognize that it's time, like
Mm-hmm.
and like if you really want to save that relationship, sometimes it's up to you, and you have to take action in order to save that. Like um I was not excited about my wedding. I was not looking forward. I was not um it was really it became to the point that I was just panicking. Just like the whole idea of a wedding was really not it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I purchased my car, so like it's like a huge achievement.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive, but it's fine because now it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
So since it's mine, it's worth more to me
Yes.
personally. And we're
Absolutely.
moving in together. We're starting to like look at apartments, houses and stuff, and see like what's in our budget. And with work, well, I've had like super good gigs with brands. That's like the other part of like me that I love is
Amazing.
makeup and skincare and
Mm-hmm.
beauty and all that. So it's been going great for me in that sense. And with my relationship, where everything's good, just like couple couple bumps in the road with my family, but
Yeah.
it's
It's normal
it's
though.
getting better.
It's normal, and I think that's when you learn your lessons. You don't learn from success. You don't learn from being coasting your life in
Hmm.
bliss and happiness. You learn from the failures and the pain, and
Hmm.
so it's part of the process. You have to feel pain in order to feel joy.
Yeah,
You just don't want to be neutral all the time because then that's a boring life.
that's a boring life for sure.
Yeah. So I find that I feel bored when I watch movies right now and series.
I happen to have this problem that I can't like focus anymore.
Me neither. No, that's true. Me
Like I
neither.
can't focus. I'm like, okay, I really want to watch this movie. Great
Mm-hmm.
reviews. It's the type of movies that I like.
Yeah.
I turn it on and I play the movie, and 5 minutes and I go by, and
Yeah.
I can't focus. I'm like, okay, I can't focus right now. I'll see it tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, try again, nothing,
Yeah.
and the next day and the next day, and I just can't focus.
It's funny because I thought I was the only one.
No, I think it's happening like globally. Me and my fiance were like addicted to trash reality TV,
Sometimes
like
you need to
Too
to
Hot to Handle,
decompress.
Love is
Yeah.
Blind, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it also has to do with the whole world right now, how everything's like so heavy. We just want to like
Yeah.
have something light to watch,
Yeah.
like an easy, relaxed TV show or reality TV or whatever.
And I find that even trashy reality TV shows are also helpful because for some reason they make me feel better by understanding that we're human and
Mm-hmm.
we're also quirky and weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing my friend the trailer for Jersey Shore
Yeah.
because he had never seen Jersey
Oh,
Shore,
really?
and I was like, it's a classic. It's
It marked a
MTV.
whole
It
generation.
did. It really changed reality television and reality celebrities,
Yeah.
TV celebrities. And so I was revisiting Jersey Shore and just watching their fights and their conversations. It wasn't about making fun of them. It was about seeing how humans react to circumstances and to the social baggage that you have. It gives you the tools to react to those
Mm-hmm.
circumstances. So I don't know. I see it now as an experiment. It's like it's really cool Um, yeah, so I get bored very easily. Um, and it doesn't matter how good it appears to be, I just get bored. And so the weekend came with the opening for Oppenheimer and
And
Barbie,
Barbie, Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer. And obviously, I couldn't go the first day.
Yeah,
I
me
was
either.
super busy, and also it was packed. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people to go where everyone
You're
is.
not like a fanatic.
No, not like that. I like
Yeah.
my space, and I like to go when I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, I was gonna go, and Barbie. So, because I saw Barbie first,
Mm-hmm.
it blew me away.
Me too.
I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt seen. I felt seen. I felt one that I wasn't crazy,
Yes.
right? Like I was like, oh shoot, everybody feels the same. All women feel like I feel. Good. Um, but it also, as a mother, it also helped me think about my relationship with my kids
Mm-hmm.
because I think I've mentioned this before. I find myself thinking sometimes that I'm deficient as a mother, because
Mm-hmm.
I think from all of the roles that I have in my life, that is like the most recent one.
Yeah.
I've only been a mom for 6 years. I've been an academic for longer and an actress for way longer.
Mm-hmm.
I find that being a mom is so hard. It's so damn hard. Um,
Yeah.
I have nightmares of becoming this terrible mom that traumatizes my kids, and having to put them through therapy. And I mean, they will eventually anyway. I was telling my mom that because my mom said to me, I tried my best to raise you, and I didn't know you needed so much therapy. I'm like, Mom, it's not just you. If you would have been a perfect mother,
You would still,
there
yeah.
would have been some trauma in my life. So
Yeah.
I told her because she takes it very personally,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I talk on the podcast, I talk about therapy. She feels insulted. She thinks she's failed as a mom. I'm like, no, no, no,
Same here.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, no, it has nothing to do. I mean, we are all humans. We all have our challenges, and we're different. My mom and I are so different in so many ways, and so being a mom is really hard. And so when I saw Barbie and I saw all these generations of women, I saw that relationship that America Ferrera had with her daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because I understood both ways. I understood how the daughter felt because that's how I feel with my mom. And I understood as a mom
As a mom, yeah.
when my kids are like, we've had enough of you,
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing. I felt seen. And then I tried to understand why I felt seen. Um, and I understood that it was all about the storytelling and the narrative that comes from innovation of women directing and writing
Mm-hmm.
and producing. It's a different lens. It's not the Hollywood that we're used to. It's
No.
not masculine. It's very feminine. And I don't even know what that means anymore. But all I'm saying is different. It's not because even if we say like, oh, that's masculine, that's feminine, blah, blah, blah. Forget that. Forget genders or the labeling of gender roles. It was just different.
It was very refreshing for sure.
Yes. The way the music played out so that you could feel something at the exact moment the music was threaded, with that beautiful Billie Eilish song.
I love that song. It makes me cry
Haunting
every time
every time,
I
every time.
listen to it. I cry.
Haunting, haunting. That's what it is. Um, the aesthetic, the colors, the story, so much pain.
Mm-hmm.
You think Barbie? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw the first trailer, I said, I'm not gonna watch this
Mm-hmm.
because it looked like cotton candy and more of the same.
I think that was definitely marketing strategy for people to want to go see it, and like then
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it has so much backlash. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
almost like grateful that I saw so many bad reviews on TikTok, because I went in like expecting nothing, and I came out so happy. I was like, thank God this movie came out like at like right now,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Forget about everything else that's happening in the world. Like right now, I feel like it's been the most transparent movie in the last, I don't know, decade maybe.
Yes. No, it's I think Barbie has is setting a precedent for before Barbie and
Yeah, it's
after
like a
Barbie.
canon, like
It is
what is it,
it
canon
is
event,
it's something that
canonic.
changes everything that we know. And as female filmmakers, it opens the door
Mm-hmm.
to so many more stories and opportunities to tell those stories. It's just mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
After that trailer, I wasn't going to see it. Then I watched an interview with Ryan Gosling, and he said that it was one of the best scripts he's ever read.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, something's happening here, and I need to be a part of that. And then I thought Greta directing,
She's amazing, she's great, I fucking love her so much.
it can't be what I think it is, you know? And indeed, it wasn't. It was something completely amazing, revolutionary. It was so different and
Mm.
innovative. And Ryan Gosling, I mean, amazing. I had the chance to see it 3 times with different people, including my mom. I had to take my mom.
You want to see the different reactions?
Exactly.
Oh
And
my
also, it
gosh.
felt different too.
That's the scientist in you
Yes, trying it out. Yes,
shining through,
yes,
like you wanted to do like your
I
experiment.
did.
Yeah,
I
test it
did.
out.
And it worked because the way people reacted was different. And so I learned something different about the movie each time
Mm-hmm.
because of them, through their eyes and
Mm-hmm.
through their reactions. With my mom, we held hands watching the movie and we cried.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I cried. I don't know if she cried, but
Mm-hmm.
I was crying. It was really good. The acting was amazing. Everything
Yeah.
was, but I do think it is very strong. It's strong. It is revolutionary, and it's not attacking anybody. It's not.
It's not attacking
I
anybody.
think it's funny that people say that it's attacking men. At any point, it's attacking men. It's attacking the system of the patriarchy, and even how that's damning to men. You know how damaging it is to men. It's not just to women, but it's also to men. And I think that the lesson at the end of the movie of, being seen, the men being seen as humans and not as men, is such a good message. There's a line where one of the Ken says, "We were just fighting because we didn't know who we were."
Mm-hmm.
And that's why humans fight, because we don't know who we are. We hold on to a type of our subjectivity or identity, and then that we think that that's what we are, and then we defend that status
Mm-hmm.
quo. But in reality, you're just fighting because you don't know who you are. You don't have the flexibility to adapt, to
Mm-hmm.
learn. So yeah, no, I was blown away, and I'm very happy. I mean, I could watch it again.
Me too. I just I don't understand when people say they hated it, like, and I ask why. And I always say, like, did we watch the same movie? Like, some people argue that it's like literally a super feminazi movie. And I'm like, did you not watch like the end of the movie, how they explain that
Hmm.
neither the matriarchy or patriarchy are like, extremes are not good.
Doesn't
Like,
work.
it's just a balance. So I don't understand what people that hated this movie, like, what did they watch? I don't understand.
They watch their normative
Yeah.
understanding of life being challenged, and
Hmm.
they held on to the very small details of the movie that made them feel like they were being
Yeah,
attacked.
they're just latching to those like small moments that are literally like sarcastic. It's supposed to be a satire. It's supposed to, like, you know, like the whole Barbie like world before, everything that happened. It's supposed to mimic what is the real world now,
Yeah.
and how damaging it is. Like, Ken was like women in the real world.
Yeah.
Like, it was him realizing like that he also has power, and then it's just like it's explaining how it's damaging to society in general to have like
Hmm.
extremes
Yeah.
in places of power. Like, you can't, there needs to be a balance.
There needs to be a balance. And comedy serves as a way of opening those
Yeah,
conversations. I mean,
it cushions like
exactly.
the
Hmm. The
the
message.
message, yeah.
Yeah, because then people, if they feel attacked, they won't listen. They won't hear what's being said. I mean, every true democracy or every democratic space should have a place for comedy. That's how
Hmm.
we uh,
Process
un-
things better, maybe.
processes process the things that are happening to us, how we unleash energy. It's not an attack. I mean, there's a line where the guy says, I'm a guy with no power, so does that make me a woman?
Yeah.
And as a woman, I don't go like, oh my god, they're saying I have no power.
Yeah.
That's me holding on to the mere idea of me being a woman, just that little part of me.
Hmm.
No, it's a satire. He is right. The difference is in power, depending on what your definition of power is, then it is visible between gender performances, even at work.
Hmm.
Not that one is better than the other. It's just society is structured in a way that will benefit somebody at some
Hmm.
point. So we're saying matriarchy is wrong, the patriarchy is wrong. Can we all get along? That's all the movie's saying.
Yeah.
And putting all these characters in very vulnerable positions, all of them. And I don't know why people, no, do know why. Like, people get afraid because they're touching on things that they're afraid of,
Hmm.
change and being wrong,
Hmm.
and knowing that they're not that special. Because when you are challenging your status quo, it means that your life is not absolute, that you may have seen some things wrong.
Hmm.
That's scary. So I understand if you're afraid. But it was an amazing movie. I saw Oppenheimer after. It was okay. I mean, it was a good movie. It was very well performed. I mean, the acting was phenomenal. The story
Yeah.
is always difficult because you don't want to be part of a problem.
Hmm.
But I thought, or I felt rather, that it was more of the same formula for
Yeah, it's not
Hollywood.
something we haven't seen before.
Exactly.
Definitely,
Hmm.
definitely, yeah.
So I saw it once. That's okay. I don't need to see it again.
Hmm.
All of the actors are amazing. I've admired all these actors all my life. So watching them perform, it's even better
Yeah.
altogether. So it was great, but it's more of the same. While Barbie really left me with this idea as a filmmaker that more can be done to tell stories that matter
Yeah.
and matter in a different way. So I'm happy. I'm just blown away by Barbie, and I hope more women become as daring as Greta. And
She is just extraordinary. I
she is
feel like
extraordinary.
ever since I watched the first movie
Hmm.
that she directed, Lady Bird,
Ladybird, yeah,
I that movie like spoke to
so
me in
good.
so many ways, and ever since I have been following her work, and I feel like every time she just reaches, like, unlocks a new level of
Hmm.
genius. Like, she is just so
She
amazing,
is.
and I'm happy that, I mean, I think she is the only female director that's like doing these like great things, like, competing against like the men giants in the industry.
Well, she just proved that she can make
I
$1 billion
know.
for a
So like
movie.
for me,
Hmm.
for us to see like
Hmm.
that she is up there,
Hmm.
like she's carving like the path for all of us,
Thank you.
and I love to see it. I love to see it.
Me too. And if you know, and Greta, if you're listening to us out there, know that we admire you greatly and we respect you. And if you ever need some Latina actresses from Central America, you know where to
We're
find
here. No,
us.
and like let's talk about, like, it was such a bold move
Hmm.
for her.
It was. It was daring.
Like, it was either this could go,
Really
really good,
good or
or
really bad.
yeah,
And he went $1 billion really good.
yeah. So
No, super proud. Proud to be a woman right now, or just a human who thinks different.
like America said in the movie, like, why can't we just be like a regular Barbie, like a woman, like just
Like,
a
just
Barbie? Like, I don't need to be a
ordinary
leader.
Barbie,
I don't need to be a leader,
just a
or
mom.
yeah, just like just me,
Yeah.
just you know,
With I like when she says with a nice top.
yeah,
Can we have a nice
like
top?
yeah, I love that part.
Yeah, me too. No, her speech is amazing.
Hmm.
So yeah, so if you haven't seen Barbie, do yourself a favor
We
and
urge
watch it.
you to go watch it.
Yeah, and like I said, don't think about your status quo, what you want to defend. Just look at it from a new lens. This is
Hmm.
innovative, this is different, and we're talking about the humanity of everybody, not just women, not just men, everybody. If you want to reach out to us, you can always send us a message on socials. I'm not as active anymore, but I will eventually respond. You can find
In like
Maria
20 business days,
in
she
20
will.
business days.
You can find me
Mhm.
on TikTok and Instagram as MF Bruson.
And you can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Vanessa Tomasino, one N, one S. Thank you, Maria. It's so good to be back, you guys. We hope to
Yes.
see you soon. And if you have any questions for us, just make sure you get them our way. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.